technology, which we initiated in the food supply department about 3 years back, and we are continuing to use that. Basically, it is regarding, we started with paddy procurement, but we have also gone to other PDS area. Paddy procurement is a big operation in the state. We procure about 45 lakh MT to 55 lakh MT. We have been in last 5 years from about 8 lakh farmers, and this is procured at 3,000 mandis, mostly in rural areas, and during Kharif about 4-month period, and during Rabi about 45 days. So we are a surplus state. We provide food, surplus rice to the FCI, which sends it to other states. We procure our own rice for the PDS, that is decentralized procurement, and it is procured through 5 different agencies, the main agency being the State Civil Supply Corporation, and NAFED, MARFED, TDCC, Tribal Development Corporation, and FCI also procured something. The problem was that there was no, previously we did not have any information as to what, how far this procurement is going on, because all the money that has to be given to farmers is to be taken as loan from the banks, and this unless we know the progress, the money cannot be sent in time. Targets also is allocated, so that cannot be also given. There was a mismatch between the target allocated to a mandi and the paddy arriving at that mandi. So there used to be farmer sort of unrest if the rice is paddy is not picked up, and the mandi societies, that is the mandi, they have to give it to the custom millers. Their number is more than 1,300 who mill it and deliver it to the depots in specified time. So the problem was high cost funds lying idle in some mandis where others were starving. So we thought about having computers connected to so as to track all the transactions. That was, but the electricity and connectivity are big issues, so we could not do that. Though, and had we done it, we could not have implemented it across. So we thought about this using mobile, because it was available with all the stakeholders like the society secretaries or the purchase officers, and the millers and the depot in charges. So there are a couple of ground rules. That is, one society is to be identified by one mobile number. That is, if there are 2 societies purchasing at a mandi, then there will be 2 mobile numbers. So society has to be linked, that is the with a mobile number, so as to make it unique. And also it has to be based on a document. All the SMS has to be based on the document. We have this acceptance note and for the paddy procurement and rice delivery. So they were, that was already there. So you, that data is to be sent by SMS. Basically to reduce the information gap between the actual procurement and get near real-time procurement figures, to monitor the progress of delivery of custom millers by the rice mills with respect to the paddy they have received, and to detect in advance if some mill is trying to, is falling behind and may default, because it is all money of the government which is in shape of paddy is given to the millers. They have to custom mill it and deliver the rice, and to plan the fund flow to state agencies and the district central cooperative banks to each society and purchase officer in an efficient manner, so that money doesn't lie idle at any place. And the most important thing was reconciling the paddy transactions and the rice transactions. Paddy transactions between society or market yard with that of mills, and rice transaction with mills and that of the depots. And basically it is a simple system. So in 2011 December we started, and they had to report through a fixed format SMS, and slowly we started with paddy procurement, but we extended it to rice delivery. Now we have extended to do fair price shops. The closing balance at the end of each month is being sent by, This is being done by about 28,000 fair price shop dealers. And so as to next month's quota is released based on this closing balance. Commodity transfer also, depot management, stock management is also, we can know what is in, what is out, and what is the stock at any point of time. Then if there are lifting officers who go from one district to another to lift either rice or wheat, so they have to, because they are inter-district, so they have to also send a SMS. They prepare a document based on which they send the SMS that so many trucks have left for such a depot in a particular day, and accordingly they send the SMS. And the interesting thing is that SMS, another SMS is generated and sent to the receiving depot. So for this we did this kind of work, online registration of all the stakeholders, and they had to submit the barcoded acknowledgements at the district office, physical verification and approval of request, and a unique code for each of the stakeholder along with their mobile number. Then fixed format SMS. If it is paddy procurement, this is the paddy PP for paddy procurement, date, month, year, miller code, quantity in quintals, and AC note number. So this is the fixed format. Daily SMS reporting through the registered mobile, and time frame to send. You cannot send it beyond 7 days. Within 7 days they have to send both rice and paddy. Other things there are less time. For depot management it is 3 days, and for lifting it is just same day by 12 midnight. And SMS alert goes to the concerned miller for each PP SMS and to each depot for the RD SMS, so that they know that this much rice has been actually, this is what has been reported, and it is as per the acceptance note. This is basically a confirmation. These are kind of the coding structure, basically district and block geographic, and then we have the serial number within that block or ULB, both for like all these units, fair price shops, society, market yard, millers, rice reducing center or FCI godams, all these have this kind of codes. Then the impact is no more post data entry. All these SC notes, more than about 150,000 SC notes have to be entered in computer months after they were actually generated, and to know the figures actually what has happened. Monthly reconciliation is now being done, and it is all generated from the system, and it is able to solve the problem. And accordingly also the accounting and the milling charges and other things, and the incentive to the societies for procurement, which is the 2.5% commission. Now it is 31 rupees per quintal of paddy. Close monitoring of fund flow is possible. Regular SMS reporting, because people may not do the SMS. So now we have linked it to fund flow for the societies, and unless they send the SMS, the district won't be getting the fund. So the districts have to ensure that the banks and other fellows, they follow up with the societies so that they send the SMS in time, otherwise money will not go. Similarly for millers also, they will not get the delivery certificate for delivering the rice at the mills, at the depots, unless they send the SMS up to date. Potential defaulting custom millers are tracked well in advance. So various reports, we have put many of these reports in the transparency portal, and we have a counter also. We can see how many SMS have been received during the day and how many during the current Kharif marketing season in our transparency portal. So for every kind of all the 5 applications, we have several kinds of report to monitor and track different things. So we can know how much actually paddy has been procured, though there is a time gap of about 7 days, but then it is quite up to date in the sense previously we had months backlog, and only over phone we used to get this information. So this is kind of the network it operates, and if there is any wrong SMS that goes in beyond the fixed format SMS, then a return SMS comes to the sender as to that such and such field is not possible or something, so you have to change that. Now we find that more than 95% of the SMS are correct, and we receive about 2,000 SMS on all these 5 different applications today. And procurement is measure where about 12 to 1300 SMS both for PP, paddy procured and rice delivered is received. I think that's all.